682. So well that I can live without. I love thee. Then how well is that? As well as Jesus? Prove it me, that he loved men as I love thee. 683. At leisure is the soul that gets a staggering blow, the width of life before it spreads, without a thing to do. It begs you give it work, but just the placing pins, or humblest patchwork children do, to still its noisy hands. 684. Sweet, safe houses, glad, gay houses, sealed so stately tight, lids of steel on lids of marble, locking bare feet out. Brooks of plush in banks of satin, not so softly fall as the laughter and the whisper from their people pearl. No bald death affront their parlors, no bold sickness come to deface their stately treasures, anguish and the tomb. Hum by in muffled coaches, lest they wonder why any for the press of smiling interrupt to die. 685. Glee, the great storm is over, 4 have recovered the land, 40 gone down together into the boiling sand. Ring for the scant salvation, toll for the bonny souls, neighbor and friend and bridegroom spinning upon the shoals. How they will tell the story when winter shake the door, till the children urge, but the 40, did they come back no more? Then a silence suffuse the story, and a softness the teller's eye, and the children no further question, and only the sea reply. 686. It makes no difference abroad, the seasons fit the same. The mornings blossom into noons, and split their pods of flame. Wild flowers kindle in the woods, the brooks slam all the day. No blackbird baits his banjo for passing cavalry. Auto da fe and judgment are nothing to the bee. His separation from his rose to him some's misery. 687. I asked no other thing, no other was denied. I offered being for it, the mighty merchant sneered. Brazil, he twirled a button, without a glance my way. But, madam, is there nothing else that we can show today? 688. To know just how he suffered would be dear. To know if any human eyes were near, to whom he could entrust his wavering gaze until it settled broad on paradise. To know if he was patient, part content, was dying as he thought, or different. Was it a pleasant day to die, and did the sunshine face his way? What was his furthest mind, of home, or God, or what the distance say, at news that he ceased human nature such a day? And wishes, had he any, just his sigh assented, had been legible to me, and was he confident until ill fluttered out in everlasting well? And if he spoke, what name was best, what last, what one broke off with at the drowsiest? Was he afraid or tranquil? Might he know how conscious consciousness could grow, till love that was, and love too best to be, meet, and the junction be eternity? 689. It was too late for man, but early yet for God, creation impotent to help, but prayer remained our side. How excellent the heaven, when earth cannot be had! How hospitable then the face of our old neighbor, God. 690. Forever is composed of nows. 'Tis not a different time, except for infiniteness and latitude of home. From this experienced here, remove the dates to these. Let months dissolve in further months, and years exhale in years, without debate or pause, or celebrated days. No different our years would be from Anno Domini's. 691. 'Twas a long parting, but the time for interview had come, before the judgment seat of God, the last and second time. These fleshless lovers met, a heaven in a gaze, a heaven of heavens, the privilege of one another's eyes. No lifetime set on them, apparelled as the new unborn, except they had beheld, born infiniter now. Was bridal ever like this? A paradise the host, and cherubium and seraphim the unobtrusive guest. 692. Only God detect the sorrow, only God. The Jehovahs are no babblers, unto God. God the Son, confided, still secure. God the Spirit's honor, just as sure. 693. Like eyes that looked on wastes, incredulous of aught, but blank and steady wilderness, diversified by night. Just infinities of naught, as far as it could see. So looked the face I looked upon, so looked itself on me. I offered it no help, because the cause was mine, the misery a compact, as hopeless as divine. Neither would be absolved, neither would be a queen. Without the other, therefore, we perish though we reign. 694. A tooth upon our peace, the peace cannot deface. Then wherefore be the tooth, to vitalize the grace? The heaven hath a hell, itself to signalize, and every sign before the place is guilt with sacrifice. 695. I know where wells grow, draughtless wells, deep dug for summer days, where mosses go no more away, and pebble safely plays. It's made of fathoms and a belt of jagged stone, inlaid with emerald halfway down, and diamonds jumbled on. It has no bucket. Were I rich, a bucket I would buy. I'm often thirsty, but my lips are so high up, you see. I read in an old-fashioned book that people thirst no more. The wells have buckets to them there. It must mean that, I'm sure. Shall we remember parching then? Those waters sound so grand. I think a little well like mine, dearer to understand. 696. The tint I cannot take is best, the color too remote, that I could show it in bazaar, a guinea at a sight. The fine impalpable array that swaggers on the eye, like Cleopatra's company, repeated in the sky. The moments of dominion that happen on the soul, and leave it with a discontent too exquisite to tell. The eager look on landscapes, as if they just repressed some secret that was pushing, like chariots in the vest. The pleading of the summer, that other prank of snow, that cushions mystery with tulle, for fear the squirrels know. Their graspless manners mock us, until the cheated eye shuts arrogantly in the grave another way to see. 697. Why make it doubt? It hurts it so, so sick to guess, so strong to know, so brave upon its little bed to tell the very last they said unto itself, and smile and shake for that dear, distant, dangerous sake. But the instead, the pinching fear that something it did do or dare offend the vision, and it flee, and they no more remember me, nor ever turn to tell me why. O Master, this is misery. 698. I live with him, I see his face, I go no more away for visitor or sundown, death's single privacy. The only one forestalling mine, and that, by right that he presents a claim invisible, no wedlock granted me. I live with him, I hear his voice, I stand alive today to witness to the certainty of immortality. Taught me by time the lower way, conviction every day, that life like this is stopless, be judgment what it may. 699. The power to be true to you, until upon my face the judgment push his picture presumptuous of your place. Of this could man deprive me, himself the heaven excel, whose invitation yours reduced, until it showed too small. 700. The way I read a letter's this: 'tis first I lock the door, and push it with my fingers next, for transport it be sure, and then I go the furthest off, to counteract a knock, then draw my little letter forth, and slowly pick the lock. Then glancing narrow at the wall, and narrow at the floor, for firm conviction of a mouse not exercised before, peruse how infinite I am to no one that you know, and sigh for lack of heaven, but not the heaven God bestow.